Hello guys, I am Mansoor. Welcome to our YouTube channel, The Code Spirit. So it's been a long time I have uploaded any video on deep learning. So from today I will be uploading the videos on regular basis. So due to some work I couldn't able to do that. I'm extremely sorry for that. So in our session today we will be seeing about what is padding in convolutional neural network. So I hope you remember, right? We started our convolutional neural network in our last video. So let's just rewind and recap the things which we saw in our previous session. So we saw about how convolution neural network works, what are the layers and the different types of filters we are going to use in convolutional neural network. So to be precise, in convolutional neural network, we will be giving the input. So the input will be classified into pixels and like they will be two different kinds of images, right? They can be a colored image, they can be an black and white image. So based on that, the pixel will be varying. Okay, so these channels are nothing but these are the layers. So for example, we saw in our artificial neural network itself, we can insert as many as layers we can, just to make sure our model should not overfit or underfit, right? So this n1 here we can see, right, 24 cross 24, this is nothing but 24 channel, there's nothing but 12 cross 12 and 12 channel layers. Okay, and this max pooling layer, so I haven't covered about pooling layers. About pooling layers we will be seeing in our next video. Okay, this is nothing but we are passing an input to our convolutional, these are the convolutional networks. Here we can see, right, con1, con2, fully connected layer 3, fully connected layer 4. This is nothing. In this example we have two convolutional neural network, this one and this one. So between our two convolutional neural network layers we are having a pooling layer of 2 cross 2. Here also we are having pooling, so pooling has max pooling, min pooling. So we have different types of pooling, we'll be seeing that in next session. So it is just a recap of a previous session. So once our pooling and convolutional layers are completed, so we will be flattening our layer. For flattening, we obviously need to connect with a dense network or a fully connected network. So activation function is used in the end. So as we are classifying the image over here, so this is nothing but a binary classification problem. So we will be predicting the numbers. This is nothing but a OCR kind of thing. So 2 is given here. So we need to predict the number from 0 to 9. So obviously the 2 will be triggered as 1. So other numbers will be 0. That's why we are using fully connected layer in the end. Okay. If we want, we can use dropout layer as we saw in our ANN as well. Okay. So this is a simple thing which we saw. It's just a recap. So if you want to know more about this, please visit our playlist. So you can able to find our videos in the playlist. So we have a different playlist for deep learning and machine learning as well, right? So if you go to deep learning playlist, there will be a video, there will be a 21st video on convolutional neural network. Okay, so let's come back over here. So now we will be seeing what is padding. So in our previous session we saw, right, we are passing a 6 cross 6 input layer, and to find the vertical edges we will be to find the vertical edges or horizontal edges, whatever it may be, we will be applying some filters to our input layer, right? So while applying the filters, what happened, when we process our image, the input layer got converted, which is 6 cross 6 got converted into 4 cross 4. So once the processing is done, right, the pixel size of the image got reduced to 4 cross 4. So we also saw the formula why it is happening. So n is nothing but our pixel size, 3 is nothing but the filter, f is nothing but the filter size, and 1 is nothing but a constant value. Okay, so 6 minus 3 is nothing but 3, 3 plus 1 is 1. That's why we are getting 4 cross 4 of vertical edges filled output, right? So to overcome this, so what happened, if you go back in our previous information, right, so here we have this car, right? So our motive is to find the vertical edges of this particular car. Vertical edges using, this is one vertical edge, this is one vertical edge, and this roof rails are one vertical edges. And here we can able to find, right, the like mirror left side, the small vertical edges here. Again your vertical, so tire left side is vertical edge, tire right side is vertical, so there are multiple vertical edges in this thing. So when we are processing our input of 6 cross 6 and applying the horizontal filter or vertical filter, when we are getting 4 cross 4, right, there are some chances of missing some vertical edges, or they will be the model will be not that much accurate on identifying the vertical edges. So to overcome that, we will be using something known as padding. So what padding will be doing? Oh, padding is nothing but it will be adding the extra layers in the end. So for example, this is an input model, right? So if you see, this is our input layer, this will be the zeros layer, this will be the one layer, which is 6 cross 6, and with that input layer we will be appending the extra layer in the four sides of the image. Okay, so this is nothing but, this is row 1, sorry, column 1, column 2, row 1 and row 2. We will be adding, it's nothing but constructing a like boundary across to our image. Okay, this is a dummy padding. This dummy padding is nothing but, there are two different kinds of padding. We'll see that paddings are of two types, which is zero padding and neighbor padding. Okay, first we'll see how the padding value acts. So here if you see, right, we added one, this is our input layer, 6 cross 6 input layer. We added padding on the top, bottom, left and right. Okay, so when we added that, our 6 cross 6 input layer got converted to 8 cross 8, right? So here our value, our input value is not getting disturbed or not getting neglected, right? So only thing is we are adding extra layers to protect our input layer. So in this stage, 6 cross 6 is converted to 8 cross 6 image. So as I told before, we have two different kinds of padding, right? Zero padding and neighbor padding. So we will be seeing what zero padding means and what neighbor padding means. Zero padding means nothing but, so the extra layer where we added, right, the row, top row, last row, left and right. So in all the cells of the particular padding, we will be adding the value as 0. That is called zero padding. So here if you see, right, this is our 6 cross 6 matrix. Sorry, this is our 6 cross 6 matrix. In the boundary of the input layer, here you can see, right, all the cells are filled with 0. This is nothing but a zero padding. Okay, so we need to give some value, right? So that's why we are giving 0. This is known as zero padding values. Okay, so if you just seen what is neighbor padding is nothing but, so here you can see, right, what value is here. So here is some value called 300111. So here, if you see, right, what the value is here, 305678. This is our input layer. Okay, so neighbor padding is nothing but it will be using the same value which is in the neighbor. So if you see here, what value we have here, 3. So same value is used over here, 3. Here is 0. So same value is used over here, 0. Here it is 5. So same value is used over here, 5. So in the right side also, if you see here, the value is 1. So same value is used here as well. Okay, here also the value is 1. So the same value is used here as well. So neighbor padding is nothing but we will be using the neighbor value which is there in the input layer. So there is a difference between zero padding and neighbor padding. So now we'll see what is the calculation we will be doing in normal vertical edges calculation versus padding calculation. So in normal calculation we saw, right, n will be our the input layer matrix size, f will be the number of vertical filter size, and one is the constant. So as per our previous CNN vertical edges filter, we will be giving a 6 cross 6 input and we will be giving 4 cross 4 output. So here there are some chances like we will be losing some information, but after applying the padding, right, what we will be doing, a formula will be little bit change in this, n plus 2p minus f plus 1. This 2p is nothing but our padding value. So how many, like 2 2, 2 is nothing but constant, p is nothing but padding. So if you see here, so how many padding we had? One padding, right? Here one padding, here one padding, here one padding, and here one padding, right? So we added one padding. That's why 6 n plus 2 into 1. 2 is constant, padding is 1, and minus 3. 3 is nothing but the filter size, and plus 1 is again a constant. So 6 plus 3, sorry, 6 plus 2 is nothing but 8. 8 minus 5 is, uh, what is 8 minus 5? Sorry, 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. So our input is 6 cross 6 here. At the same time, we are getting output is also a 6 cross 6. So what is the advantages of using padding? So when we use padding, right, there are very less, like 0.09 percentage of chances of losing our information. So when we use padding, right, we can able to get the exact vertical edges, or we can able to get the exact output from our model. Okay, so This is the like the concept which I need to explain today about padding in convolutional neural network. So in our next session, we will be seeing about pooling layers. What are the different types of pooling we have? Why pooling is required? And once that is done right, we will be working on practical implementation of CNN. So even we will be doing some OCR techniques. So like reading the data from the image and many things we will be doing on. And I have read the comments in our previous video. So one thing I need to mention here. Okay, so what happened, right? uh, I know like I'm making like very lengthy videos. So if you just observe the content, right? So the lengthy videos are mostly for the theoretical sessions. So normally what happens when some theoretical concept is going on, if you break the theoretical sentence in multiple sessions, right, the continuity will get disconnected. So there will be no continuity between the videos. That's why the theoretical videos will be little bit longer than the practical videos. And my request is to please be strong on the basics. So I like you can easily copy paste the code from Google and you can create a model or you can do whatever, but without knowing the basics we can't like withstand in that particular stream, or we can't solve any problem if we can. So my request is to please first understand the basics and be strong yourself in basics, then we'll move forward in the practical implementation and the real-time examples. Okay, so I hope you guys like the video and you understand what is padding in CNN. So if you like this video, please hit a like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that. Until then, thank you. Bye bye.